there was no evidence to back the allegations.
After 2 days of debate in Parliament on allegations of abuse of power by Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong over the handling of 38 Oxley Road, our news team went to the streets to get a feel of what Singaporeans thought about all that was said in Parliament.
And our reporters went to the Central Business District as well as HDB Heartlands to ask people if they were convinced by the explanations put forth by PM Lee about his dealings with his siblings.
And do bear in mind that this is not a scientific poll, just a small random sampling. Here's what Singaporeans had to say.
I am convinced, but I feel that this is a family issue that it shouldn't be brought to the public because, it's not nice. This is a family issue. That's how I feel about it. So I feel it's embarrassment to bring it up to the public like this. Yeah. So whatever family issue is to be within the four walls of the house. Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
From a Prime Minister point of view, I think he's quite rightfully refuting whatever statement that was made by the siblings.
I think he did. I mean, I don't think he has abused his power or anything, but as a son, I believe he should carry out his parents' wishes.
Not that really sure. Because if there's no case, then the sibling won't bring up the thing in public, you see.
As a sibling, I mean, I have brother and sister. It really takes a lot of so-called think through before they do move these steps. And if they gang up together, there must be a certain degree of truth.
I'm quite convinced that if he can say it in public, I'm sure he has facts to support him. But the other stuff that's being circulated in the public, I guess people have different opinions. So at the end of the day, it's still a family issue. So I guess we should leave it to the family to settle, but it seems like it's not able to be settled. So likelihood, the public should give a consensus and close the chapter.
I think that it is not a two-sided debate in the Parliament, so I don't think it's a very completely fair argument to begin with as well. I think if for any debate, you should invite both parties to come together and give their own views at the same time.
And joining us in the studio for further analysis, we have Associate Professor Eugene Tan from the School of Law, Singapore Management University. Eugene, good to have you back with us.
Thank you.
Firstly, help us understand this parliamentary privilege thing. Tell us what PM Lee means by when he says his speech is not covered under that.
Well, Steve, when MPs speak in Parliament in order to facilitate discussion, the honest airing of views, MPs are given parliamentary privilege, which means that if they say anything which is defamatory, they cannot be sued. And so what the Prime Minister did today was to make public, or at least, release his speech in Parliament, as a statement that, take it as though that statement was made outside Parliament, and so whatever he says, is not covered, whatever he says is not covered by parliamentary privilege. And that means, if there's anything defamatory, anything which is incorrect, untrue, his siblings could take legal action against him.
Okay, well, let's look back to yesterday, because you know what, we heard from Emeritus Senior Minister Goh Chok Tong. He said that the siblings, they want to bring PM Lee Hsien Loong down as PM. What do you make of this revelation?
I was very surprised. I mean, it was a scathing attack, and ESM Go didn't provide any basis. So we're not privy to the information that he may have had, to make this allegation. But I think and so I think that remark, is perhaps something said in the heat of a debate. I mean, we must understand where ESM Go is coming from. He mentioned, of course, he was the one who inducted PM Lee into politics. He was his deputy for 14 years. But it would be very surprising, if a series of Facebook posts, with all the other attachments and all, could bring the Prime Minister down. So I think that remark, surprising and scathing as it is, I think in the end it's not really going to persuade anyone that that there is a basis to it.
Now, there was another revelation, this time by Prime Minister Lee, saying that his siblings had threatened him during GE 2015. Does that support ESM Go's view then that Sian Yang and Dr. Lee Wei Ling were or had intentions to bring him down?
Well, in my view, it's neither here nor there. Simply because we must remember, right? They are Mr. Lee Kuan Yew's children, and I think by August, September 2015, it was quite clear relations between the PM siblings and him, were pretty bad. So I think, and we heard of how the negotiations over the house, were not really going anywhere. And so one could take it that the siblings were trying to press an advantage. Right? So we can certainly question, the ethics of it, but I don't think that this think about, the ultimatum, in any way, demonstrated that there was an attempt to bring, the Prime Minister down. I mean, what is important is that, the Prime Minister did not cave in. The siblings, did not press home on the ultimatum. And as PM noted, the deadline came and went uneventfully. So again, I would say, it's neither here nor there.
Okay, 2 days of a debate in Parliament. We heard even what the man in the street had to say. Do you think PM fully rebutted the allegations of abuse of power, or do you think perhaps that Singaporeans still feel that maybe he should still, sue his siblings?
Well, I think just on that random sample that we just saw, I mean certainly that there is that lingering doubt, as to whether there is basis to what the siblings have to say, but. Given that the allegations were not very substantiated, I think it was clear that there was no case for PM to answer, right? So the ball is really on the siblings' court now. Are they going to provide more evidence, right? And so then the question of given that it is a political culture here, at least by members of the ruling party, suing in their personal capacities if they have been defamed. And so PM, of course, has given his reasons as to why he wouldn't sue, right? Because, it's going to besmirch his parents' name and, things will drag out in court. But I think, again, there will be Singaporeans who feel that, that there shouldn't be this double standards, right? Because if the Prime Minister, had been defamed, then I think, Singaporeans would say, he ought to take legal action against them. But it is a very difficult issue. But it is also important to note that PM has not foreclosed that option. So if the attacks continue, his hand may be forced.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you for coming in and speaking to us on this. We've been speaking to Associate Professor Eugene Tan from the School of Law, Singapore Management University.
Now, Tony Waterman is coming your way with today's